And I said, so not having our borders safe and protected is more important than taking care of protecting his cactus is more important than allowing drug runners and human and sex traffickers across the border. So plants over people, that's great. The amount of people and their comments that I got was just absolutely amazing to me. I finally turned off my notifications because it was just getting to be insane. But I thank everybody for letting me know what it is that they, how they were thinking. It's important. And Ronald Reagan and others have said this: if we don't have borders, we don't have a country.
That's right.
This does not mean that I am anti-immigrant or President Trump is anti-immigrant. We all know that this nation was built on immigrants. We're very well aware of that. Come in the front door.
Uh-oh.
That's all we're saying is come in the front door. Don't come in the back door. Don't sneak into our country. You're welcome to come in if you're coming in with the proper credentials and the proper permission. How many people do we know that never lock their homes and don't have any fencing around their property? Now, I know there's places in the country where they can still do that, which I think is absolutely wonderful that they can. But most of us lock our doors. Most of us lock our cars when we go shopping. We don't leave everything open for those to come in and take what is not theirs. So it's not much different when it comes to people coming into our country illegally. They're coming in. We know for a fact that there's human trafficking. We know for a fact that there's sex trafficking. Whether the drugs are coming through the ports of entry or coming across illegally, they're coming across, and we need to stop it. And it's that simple. And I 100% stand with President Trump, and I think that the new border wall, the fence, is great. They can see through it. They've got the electronics hooked up into it, like you mentioned, the drones, etc. So absolutely, the funding needs to be there. Now, what's funny is the Democrats, they were for the border wall before they were against it. You see, they were for it when Obama was president. They were against it. Now that Donald Trump, who is dismantling the deep state, is for it.
Right. Isn't that interesting? The Obama regime is actually out there, and he's actually using his entourage for evilness, not for goodness, for evilness. And you can actually see it because he said that we need more. We need to have. Remember the prayer breakfast in 2015? What he talked about was he said we need, as Christians need to sympathize with Muslims. Remember he said that at a prayer breakfast. Remember he said exactly those words.
Here's the good thing: Obama's no longer president, so we don't even need to waste time talking about Obama.
That's right. That's true. It's a bomb regime. I'm going to do a correction. It's a bomb. I said a bomb regime. I didn't say a bomb. I said the Obama regime. So, we're done with that issue for sure. And also, my question for you is, what can we do for as a representative for this country? What we're going to do to represent the people in America? What are you going to do to help them out? That's my question, just in general terms.
Well, Mark, that's a great question. And for people watching on Facebook Live, I keep taking my Bluetooth on and off my ear because I'm holding it over by the phone so people can hear what Mark is saying, because my external speaker decided it was not going to work even though it's hooked up. So first, I'm running to represent the people in Oregon's 4th Congressional District, and I'll first define what those areas are. It's Olive Lynn, that's Linn, Olive Lynn County, Olive Lane County, Olive Douglas County, Olive Coos County, Olive Curry County, most of Josephine County except for Grants Pass, most of Benton County except for North Albany and basically over to Adair Village. There's a small portion for those of you in North Albany. If you are on the Highway 20 side of Pettibone, you're in the 4th Congressional District. and out Granger Road. So that's all part of the 4th Congressional District. It's just over 17,000 square miles.
Mm-hmm.
We have in the 4th Congressional District 2 universities, Oregon State University and the University of Oregon.
Absolutely. That's correct.
Those are the 2 more liberal regions of the district. The rest of the district are conservative. We have people that used to be in the timber industry. They have lost their jobs over 20 years ago because of the spotted owl, which we all know was a farce. We have forests that are burning up because the federal government and the state cannot seem to get a plan worked out. So what will I do? Let's start with the timber industry and the forest. Number 1, the Constitution is clear on the land that the federal government should own. It is 10 square miles, which is Washington, D.C., and it says that area that is given to the federal government, to the general government, by the states that agree, which was Virginia and West Virginia, Maryland, that gave that land. All other land that the federal government is allowed to own is that land which is purchased by the consent of the legislature, purchased by the federal government, by the consent of that state's legislature. And it is specifically for forts and ports and arsenals, military equipment. That means that the Willamette National Forest is not a legal name of the forest. That means that the federal rangelands in eastern Oregon is not correct. That land belongs to we the people in the state of Oregon. We are the ones that should be able to decide how we're going to take care of that land. Are we going to log it? Are we going to farm it? Are we going to build on it? That should be up to us, so that when there is a fire, we don't have to wait to figure out, wait a minute, is this the line where it goes from a state land to a federal land and we can't touch it because now it's federal land, quote unquote, that's burning up. Now we have to wait for somebody to make a decision how we're going to fight that fire. That's absolutely ridiculous. So that's one of the things that I'm going to work extremely hard to do. And that is what I was starting off with at the very beginning, Mark, is talking about we have got to get back to doing the job of Congress as defined in the Constitution. Mm-hmm. And those things not specifically enumerated are left to the states. That land belongs to we the people in the state of Oregon. Mm-hmm. That is one of the things that I am going to work to do. What is that going to do? One, it's going to free up a lot of resources because we're not going to be spending billions of dollars of taxpayer money to fight all these forest fires because we're going to have people that are going to be able to manage the forest properly.
Mm-hmm. That's great. My question is for